Hey everybody, Rebecca here for another video. We're going to talk about the August 2022 budget. It's been a couple weeks since I put a video up. Reason being for that is I finally caught COVID after 2 years of working in healthcare during this pandemic. It finally got me, y'all. I've been vaccinated and boosted and everything, but this new variant just seems to be getting through, and it got through to me. So I was feeling pretty bad for a week there. To be honest, I'm not quite 100% better yet, but feeling good enough and cleared to go back to work. I only missed 1 week of work, so yeah, it could have been much much worse from what I have seen others go through. So I'm grateful that it wasn't any worse than it is. I was just feeling pretty crappy for a week there, so yeah, the channel kind of suffered, you guys. But we're back at it, and we're going to talk about the August 2022 budget today. Let's set this up together and see where I think all of my money is going to go in the month of August. All right, here we are looking at my August 2022 budget setup. I do have this as a free download for you guys in the description box down below if this is a setup that you guys like and think that you might use. Starting at the top here, my net income for the month. Since we're doing a budget setup here, we're going to focus on column C. This is the plan for the month, and I fill in column D as the month actually goes on. So I do have some income sources blocked out for privacy. I don't show my individual paychecks on the channel, but I do show totals at the bottom. Y'all can see the reason why the total is so high here is because I've got a large amount of money that I am carrying over from July. I had hoped that my home renovations were going to get done in July, but it's not going to happen. We are still waiting on some siding to come in. I guess it's just supply chain issues is my guess. I don't really exactly know what the holdup is, but we're still waiting on about half of the siding that I need to do the outside of the house. But as far as home projects go, that is it. We're just waiting on the siding for the outside of the house and then the fence in the backyard, which depending on how much it costs total with labor and everything to do the siding, the fence may be something that I'm going to wait on for a while. We'll see. But anyhow, I do have a large amount of cash just sitting in my checking account that I'm rolling over from month to month. I'm expecting to have almost $16,000 just sitting there earmarked for home renovations for August. Hopefully everything will get finished in August, and then I can do the full before and after house tour and show you guys everything that I've done, and we can go over the final numbers for everything. The only other things that I have for net income are the credit card rewards that I get from using my Fidelity credit card. I get 2% flat cash back on my Fidelity card, and that should be about $23. I haven't gotten my statement for the month of July yet, so I don't exactly know what it's going to be. And then I do have AdSense listed here, but I don't think that I have earned enough revenue to get paid out in August. We'll see. Moving down into my bills and spending section here, I've got it pretty short, but y'all know how I do if you've been following the channel for a while. There's always things that come up throughout the month that I end up just adding in more rows as the month goes on. But as far as known expenses this month, starting at the top, my mortgage payment is $735 as usual. Utilities, this includes my trash pickup, power, water, sewer, all of that. Budgeting $175 there. Internet should be $55.21 as usual. Gas for my car, I'm budgeting $200 here. Gas seems to be coming down a little bit where I'm at. We'll see how that goes. I think $200 should cover it. Groceries and household, here is a change for you guys. I budget $500 a month for groceries and household and almost always go over. So I've just decided to start budgeting $600 a month, and we'll see how that goes. My groceries and household is basically everything that I get while I am out grocery shopping. So it can be food, it can be alcohol, it can be anything for pets, and anything household supplies, obviously. So yeah, $500 just doesn't really cut it most of the time unless I am being super strict. This also includes any money that I spend eating out. I just throw it into this category. Anything food and household goes in this category. Next line item after that, confession time. Would you look at this thing right here that's been sitting in my lap for the whole video? Isn't he the cutest? Yeah. I adopted this little thing right here, and no regrets, you guys. No regrets whatsoever. He has brought me so much joy in the small amount of time that I have had him. But this is Bjorn, and it means bear in Swedish. And he is the tiniest, cutest, cuddliest bear there ever was. Anyway, yeah, it has been years and years since I have had a cat, you guys, and I kind of missed it, but I told myself, no, wait. I have all these other financial goals that I've been trying to work on, right? But my hometown shelter was doing an adoption special, $10 for any cats or kittens. They were so overrun, and I had told myself that if I ever did have a cat again, I would love to have one that was a flame point color, which is kind of like a peachy orange color on the tail and the ears and paws. So he looks mostly white right now, but when he grows up, he will have that peachy color because he's a flame point kitten. And I think maybe one day I will do one of those DNA tests on him just because I'm curious to what breeds make him up since he is just a shelter cat. But I suspect he's probably a lot ragdoll because he is very people-oriented and also probably part Siamese because he is quite chatty as well. And Siamese cats are known to be kind of loud and chatty. So anyway, yeah, I adopted a kitten. So this $300 that I am budgeting here is to finish out his kitten vaccines. He's very, very small. He was the runt in the litter, and he was not heavy enough to be neutered before he was adopted. So he has to grow a little bit before we can get him neutered and do all that kind of stuff. But this $300 should cover, I'm thinking, finishing out his kitten vaccine series. We'll see. I really have no idea how much the vet across the street from me here is going to charge. I moved here in February and have not needed a veterinarian service since I moved. And my old veterinarian was where I used to live. So I really don't know how much this place across the street is here, but that's where I'm planning on taking him, just to kind of scope out that place and see if I can also use them for Rollo now that I've moved. But yeah. New kitten expenses. I know when I set up my July budget, I had every intention of keeping my expenses to a minimum, but that went out the window, as you will see when I get my July budget review video filmed. If y'all have been here with me for a while on the channel, then you know how I do. It seems like I am either feast or famine when it comes to these budgets. I do super great, and I'm super strict some months, and other months it's just spending money. So it is what it is. This month in July was a little bit spendy. Gonna try to keep it under control for August, but there's just still big things happening around here, like my contractor. But next in the budget here, the salon. I do visit a electrolysis clinic to have some hair removal done, and I usually do that 2 or 3 times a month. It's $80 every time I go. So I'm budgeting $160 for August, and if I end up going a third time, then it'll be $240. But I think I'm just gonna go twice, so that's $160 there. And then the last and biggest expense of my August 2022 budget, this $15,000 that I am earmarking for everything that is left to do around the house here. I am hoping this is gonna cover the siding for the house and a fence. But if it doesn't cover the fence, then the fence may have to wait a little while until I can save up some more money, because I am approaching the end of the money that I had set aside for all of these home renovations. So we'll see how that goes. And again, my home renovation video it's coming whenever everything gets done around here. That brings my total estimated spending for the month pretty high at $17,225, right? But this has been the name of the game, honestly, since I moved. I have been keeping a lot of money in my checking available for the renovations whenever they got started, and I've been paying my contractor regularly as he gets the work done. So honestly, I am really looking forward to having everything done here. That way my budgets can get back to normal. I feel like I haven't had a normal budget at all this year. I sold my old house in early February and bought this one, so literally all of 2022 I have either been dealing with moving, buying a house, or dealing with home renovations here. So I haven't had any normal budgets in 2022 so far. So as soon as these renovations do get done, I am really looking forward to being able to invest again. That is what I'm going to focus on once the renovations are done, because the market is still down. I could pay my car off aggressively, but I'm not going to do that until we get back to all-time highs in the stock market. Speaking of car debt, that is the only non-mortgage debt that I have left is my car, and the current balance that I owe on my car is $27,946.55. My interest rate on this car is 1.98%, which is why I'm not really focused on paying off my car aggressively. I bought this car last year in 2021, brand new. It's a Chevy Trailblazer, so I do still owe a good bit on it here, but my interest rate is good. I will pay it off aggressively at some point, but while the market is down, I'm going to focus on investing more once I get the chance, once all these home renovations are done. Lastly, moving down into my investing and fire tracking section. These are my various investing accounts, but I do not show these publicly on the channel anymore. I do show them for members of the channel. You can click the join button down below, and members of the Fire Fam do get access to my real numbers as far as how much I'm investing. I do still share publicly what my savings rate and my percentage progress towards fire is every month. I just don't show the specific numbers anymore. It's a security concern, basically. So if you're interested in seeing the actual numbers, click the join button down below. If you're content with just knowing my percentage savings rate every month, great. My percentage progress to fire, great. I will always show that until I am 100% of the way to my fire number and I retire early. That's the whole point of this channel. I'm trying to get there, but still have quite a ways to go. And this number out to the side here, this H, this is the total amount of money that I have invested into my portfolio so far this year. This is a good chunk of change, but a lot of this, the vast majority of this, came from my home sale when I sold my old house back in February. I kept throwing money in here and there as the market kept going down, because I just could not resist taking advantage of a downturn in the market. So I kept throwing money in on the way down, but now we've reached the point where I don't have any free cash left. I have to hold on to what I have for the rest of these home renovations. So for totals down here at the bottom, if everything goes according to plan for this month, then I should have about $2,600 left over. Things always come up though, so this is a plenty high enough cushion that I should be able to handle things as they come up. I am honestly not a super strict budgeter, you guys. I like keeping track of everything that I spend, obviously. I keep track of it down to the penny. But if things come up or I want something, I don't agonize over it very much. If it's something I really want, then I'll get it, like a kitten, for example. So if you're the type of person that likes to see somebody strip down to a bare bones budget and no extra spending whatsoever, that used to be me when I had a ton of debt that I was paying off. A lot of high interest debt too. I really did have that season of life for a while. But now that I have most of my debts gone, I'm just not needing to be that strict anymore. So I'm not super strict with my spending. I think that once life settles down with the home renovations, I probably will go back to being a little bit more strict, only because I do want to invest as much as possible while the market is still down. But as of right now, things are not quite finished here at the house, so my spending just is what it is, basically. I'm just really not in that phase of life right now where I'm being super strict about my budgeting. If my contractor is like, okay, I need $5,000 more for this week, I'm like, okay, here you go, $5,000 out the window. So, yeah, I actually really do look forward to everything being done here as far as renovation goes. I want to see what my normal budget looks like now. Like I said earlier, I have not had a normal budget since I moved, so I don't really know what my savings rate could be. I'm hoping that August we'll see these renovations done, and then come September, we can get back to a normal budget. And that will be really interesting to see because in September I do have a raise taking effect. So my income's going to go up a little bit. That'll be nice. Hopefully these renovations will be done, which means that I will be able to really focus on investing. And then I can see how much my savings rate will go up come September. So fingers crossed, you guys, that these home renovations get done in August. We can talk about the entire budget and show you the before and after around here. And then come September, we can get back to some sense of normalcy when it comes to my budget. Editing Rebecca here. I realized one big expense for August that I forgot. I'm so obsessed with my new kitten that I have forgotten that Rollo is actually also due for some veterinary work. His annual stuff will be due in August. So I added that into the budget as well, and that's going to be a big expense, I know, because whenever I take Rollo to the vet for his yearly stuff, he gets his physical and vaccines and all of that stuff, but I also buy another year's supply of heartworm prevention for him. And since he is a big boy, he's about 150 pounds, that heartworm prevention is pretty pricey. But I do like to get it just all in one go. That way he's pretty much set up for the next year, and barring any emergencies or anything like that, he should be good to go for the next year. So yeah, I'm expecting about $750 for that, if not more. But yeah, I think that should be all of my expenses for August. Let's hope. Okay guys, I think that will do it for the August budget. Big expenses this month, much like July has been. And you know what? I think while I am on a roll here, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the July budget and get that budget review video filmed. It's not pretty, so stick around for that. That should be uploaded here in a couple of days. If you enjoyed this budget video, then leave me a like down below. Leave me a like for cute kittens. The journey to fire continues, even if I do have some expenses that pop up. You gotta live life some too, right? Can't keep putting off everything until later. So yeah, I am happy with this little adoption, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.